Well, hello everyone. Thanks for stumbling in, I guess. Name's Blodbas. This little section of video is just going to kind of be for updates on what's been going on, what I'm thinking about with what's happening with the channel and all that fun kind of stuff. And maybe a little bit, in these early days, a little bit more backstory or thought process for what's going through my brain, as well as what's been going on in the week. I think I'm going to try and do these about once a week, probably over the weekend, just to have something to put up. Anyway, so let's jump right into it. Tonight we are partaking of Ninkasi Brewing Company's Otis Oatmeal Stout from Eugene, Oregon. Very tasty, and I love this town that I live in because it might be BFE, Montana, but the little market just down the street is all fair trade and mostly organic and all those kinds of things, and the beer aisle is probably 2 frozen food aisles in like Albertsons or Safeway or anything like that. So I walk in there and just am awestruck. I've never drank the same beer 2 times in a row unless I really like it. It's not for lack of choices, because we get everything that comes out of the Northwest, because we're part of the Northwest where we're at here. Anyway, so let's take care of the first chunk of business before I forget what I was going to say, because I obviously, if you've seen the other videos, don't have a lot of editing skills or anything like that, so this is just going to kind of be a run, and I'll probably get lost on a tangent and probably stumble and stutter and question my own sanity after a while, but I kind of wanted to give a layout for what's going on with the channel. It's going to seem like this is really front-loaded. I mean, this is going to be the second video in here since the 13th. But, oh, what was it? I had maybe half a dozen, maybe a few more videos that I did over spring break that were all edited. They were all, I was trying to figure out like how to do voiceovers, how to do all this kind of stuff, because I am brand spanking new to what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to learn it as I go. You'll probably hear that phrase a lot tonight, but I had them loaded onto YouTube and I had them all unlisted, and I finally decided yesterday I decided, being the English major with poor grammar, that's just fan-fucking-tastic, and stuttering around and rambling on. I promise, I do know how to communicate. I promise. I did go to school for it. I am going to school for it. But I had them all uploaded and was going to kind of roll them out to some of my friends and see what they were thinking. And I just decided to hell with it. I thought I might just as well make them all public, and I had enough. I mean, this is a brand new thing, so there isn't a lot of content, but I figured there would be enough up that people could at least poke through and see what was going on. Because the way I watch YouTube, and I don't know if everyone does it like this, but I usually find a channel with someone that I like, some sort of personality, and I guess that would mean I have to have a personality, and that could be kind of terrifying. But I like to go through, depending on the length, half a dozen of their videos, maybe a dozen, maybe I'll watch them all night, and just binge on them and, see what these people are thinking. and, just be entertained by what they're doing. So I didn't want to release with just one video or just a couple videos. I wanted to give some form of content so there would be something up. Now, obviously, what I'm doing isn't really that enticing to a lot of people. But I absolutely will refuse to do Minecraft videos or anything like that, or, try and copy some of the bigger named or more subscribed channels, because I don't want to kind of rip them off and just do what they're doing. I think that I might be able to do something a little bit different and a little bit more interesting. So yeah, I'm putting up a couple new ones tonight that I edited today, this afternoon. The weather turned absolute shit up here. I wasn't planning on doing anything this weekend. I was planning on going to Butte, like 120 miles to the east, and I was going to look at a new motorcycle. I think I want to trade my big cruiser in for something that's a little bit more nimble. I'm kind of looking at moving to a bigger city after I graduate college for a little while, and my cruiser is great. It's been amazing. I've had it since 2007. I bought it brand new. Love it to death, but it just isn't very nimble for city traffic. I'm kind of pushing it with what I can do in this city, and this city isn't very large. I'm sure if anyone knows Montana and knows where the liberal heart of Montana is, you probably figured out where I'm at. Kind of up in the nose of Montana. So I was going to go look at a motorcycle, but this storm started rolling in. It started snowing today after we were teased for a week. Get the bike out, get it fired up, put it all back together from ripping it apart for the winter. And yeah, it started to snow, so I didn't make the trip over to Butte, and I didn't look at motorcycles, so I stayed in and worked on my videos this afternoon, and it's been the first chance I've really had to do it since last week, which was my spring break, because this wonderful thing right here, Dixit et os impressatoro, moriamor inultae sed moriamor ait. Sic evot ire sub umbras. Hierat hunc oculis ignem crudelis ab alto Dardanus, et nostrae secum ferat omnia mortis. Yeah, I'm second year Latin, one of my last classes I need to graduate, and we are translating the Aeneid, and for my final project I wanted to do something to do with the manuscript tradition. So aside from having to translate line upon line of the Aeneid all week long, I've had to start pounding my way through this to figure out, it's not going to give a nice, quick summary of it. Essentially, it's how the ancient texts were handed down through the medieval ages and the Renaissance with the manuscript tradition. So I've been looking at, what have I been looking at? The Virgilius Vaticanus, I'm butchering the pronunciation, Virgilius Vaticanus, the Virgilius Romanus, and there's one more that are 6th century, 5th century illuminated manuscripts, are the earliest copies of Virgil that we have. So I have been spending most of my time trying to sort through that so I can do a presentation and not sound like a complete horse's ass. And I mean, just school and work, I'm spending most of my time futzing around with audio files, converting them, editing them on and on and on, all that fun stuff that you get to do with oral history. So I just haven't had time, ambition, or energy to do anything over the week. I mean, initially I thought with this channel I would be able to put something up every day, and or maybe 2 or 3 times a week every other day, but that just isn't realistic, which makes me a little bit, and that's kind of why I decided to put everything up in one big blurb, and you know, we can maybe count on videos coming out either Saturday or Sunday, maybe thrown in here or there where I get time, but there's no way that I can schedule it the way that I was anticipating being able to, because like I said, I'm kind of learning all of this stuff as I'm going along. I mean, if you've watched any of those gameplay videos, all those logos are hand-drawn. Well, hand-drawn. They're done in Corel Draw, Corel Paint, and I've never used either of those programs before last week, so everything I'm doing I'm still trying to figure out, and it's getting really warm in here, unfortunately. Don't mind me, I thought. And then I'll probably be cold in about 5 minutes, but we can deal. So, yeah. Learning as we go, Corel Draw, Corel Paint, Sketchbook, all that fun stuff. Even just simple stuff like using Movie Studio. I kind of have everything figured out with how I make the gameplay videos. I have a system for that, but now I need to go back through and fix all the mistakes. You know, those logos look like absolute shit. I'm very, very conscious of that. I really need to redo those. I just need to find time to sit down and figure out how to do it. And I should probably be doing that instead of making this video. But I kind of wanted to put a little bit of explanation. I know not all the logos match up. The initial one that I had with the Doom guy and my 85 Warlock in the background, I really liked that, but then I kind of thought that the whole blood and booze thing didn't really sit very well with me. It was kind of a good idea when I did it, and then it just wasn't. I don't have any interest in being that guy. There's plenty of people that do ignorant, loud, ignorant isn't the right word, bombastic and loud and really animated kind of gameplay videos, and it just really isn't necessarily something I want to do. It's fun on occasion, but it's not enough to build a channel around, I don't think. I don't have money to drink that much beer for the amount of videos that I want to do. I mean, my God, I look at the list of what I want, and it is just absolutely terrifying how many more videos I need to shoot and edit and all of that. So, you know, if anyone has any ideas, I'm not trying to make those logos like, who are some of the people? Like, Trade Chat obviously is just styling, but she is phenomenal. I mean, she just has so many more resources. C-Nanners and Eat My Diction and all those guys, Gassy Mexican, Chilled, Jesse Cox, Press Heart to Continue, Dodger. You know, I just don't have those kind of resources, but I'm open for any kind of suggestions. You know, I know that banner that just says Blodbas is absolutely atrocious, but I can't figure out how to keep Corel Photo from putting a background behind something when I save it as a JPEG. I cut it all out and I leave it with no background, so it'll just overlay. And I did it once with that first banner that I made with the 2 characters on it. I made it work once. I'll be fucked if I can figure out how to do it again. I just have no idea. I mean, I went off the deep end with those programs. They're way, way more advanced than anything that I've ever used before. I mean, I had Photoshop, well, on one of those old 512 computers. Back when we weren't dealing with, just trying to figure out the hang of one of these things has been terrifying to me. I'm good with audio, usually. I mean, I know some of the audio in those videos might not be perfect, but I'm still trying to figure out how to get the best mix overlaying it into a video. At least that part I can control somewhat decently. So if anyone has any ideas, please be kindly critical and let me know what I could be doing better. 'Cause, quite frankly, I don't even know what most of these programs will do. CorelDRAW, Corel Photo. I'm just shooting from the hip and pretending. Really, it's just a learning curve for me, and the technology is so powerful that it's really kind of scary. And I'm hoping that the videos are showing up okay for everyone. Some of the earlier ones that I did, probably the Doom 2 videos, Entry, Underhauls, Gauntlet, and the Focus, look really dark. They looked good when I put them into Movie Studio. They looked great. They looked fine on both of my monitors. And hit your pop filter arm. Good job. GG, Blod. They looked fine on my monitors, and then when I watched them in YouTube, they were darker than the inside of a black cow at midnight. So I upped the gamma in my Doom game, and it seems like that issue has been fixed. But if it's not showing up for some people, I kind of feel weird even doing this little chat, because I think I've had 3 views and I don't have any subscribers, so I'm just kind of this dude talking to myself out in the middle of nowhere. But if someone just happens to stumble upon this and watch it and has ideas, let me know, or has critique. If the videos are too dark, I think I have a way. I think I have a system now that I can go back to those old ones, and maybe one where fixing the logos, because eventually all these are going to have to come back down and new logos are going to have to go in, because I'm not satisfied with them in any way, shape, or form. I just don't like them. They look really tacky to me, but with that, I kind of figure it's better than nothing. And what else? Let's see. I guess we can go into complete random segue without a segue. Complete random change of topic. I broke down and I've started buying games off of people playing them on YouTube, which is kind of why I started this channel. I mean, of course, everyone knows Doom, and I don't expect Doom to sell anything by me or really people to necessarily be that interested in Doom. It's just going to be the old guys maybe that played it once upon a time. And old guys, that's a terrifying thing. I can't believe I just said that. Never mind that. I don't expect, this to get as many views as like StarCraft videos or anything like that, or I'm not even going to attempt for BioShock Infinity. There we go. Wow, that was painful. But I've started really paying attention to some of the video casts, podcasts, I think whatever we're calling them these days, and kind of choosing games from that. So I did buy BioShock, and I was vacillating back and forth because my computer is a little bit older. It's still really good for most games. I mean, it's a custom built machine or a machine that has been customized. And it does most games great. And I saw it on Steam and I was, you know what, I'm just going to bite the bullet. And I wish that I would have saved my money for Xbox because my computer just isn't strong enough to push it. It looks awesome, but I get such bad frame rates that it's kind of a distraction. So what's probably going to happen is I'm probably going to spend the money on the Xbox version, which I don't know if I can do this very smoothly, but we just moved the Xbox into my office last night because I'm never out in my living room. And I wanted to play a couple games on it, and yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to hook that 37-inch monitor up to my computer. Yeah, because why not? Both my monitors are already big, but that could be interesting. Anyway, I'm probably going to break down and buy Xbox 360 version of BioShock, because it just seems so very much like something I would be interested in. I love that kind of game. We're just gonna have to do it. I also started tinkering around with Gary's mod, and kind of based on, I was watching a lot of videos with C-Nanners and Hutch and Eat My Diction and those particular guys that make it seem like a lot of fun, and I'm just such a noob that I don't even begin to pretend to know what I'm doing, so I'm kind of missing out on a lot of it. But it's been a good way to waste time, just jumping from servers to servers to servers through different games, seeing what's out there. It's pretty interesting. I can see a lot of potential for it. It's just a matter of learning all the controls with it. And yet again, thanks to those guys, I picked up Trials Evolution Gold because it was cheap on Steam, and I wanted a game that was kind of mindless, and I don't mean mindless as in easy mode. I mean mindless as in I don't want to always have to be playing Doom or God. Yeah, because Doom is the height of intellectual rigor. But with Doom, when I play Doom or play some of these other games that I'm kind of putting in the pipeline for videos, I at least attempt to play them well, and I attempt to make them interesting, and it's always in the back of my mind that either I'm recording or I'm practicing for recording, and maybe I should practice Doom a little bit more. Maybe I should practice them all a little bit more, because I claim no pro gamer status. I just face roll and have fun. But Trials just seemed like a good way to kill some time, and it's been a kick in the ass. I love that game. It's phenomenal. I just need to get the adapter so I can hook up my Xbox controller to my PC, because keyboard just doesn't quite give me the response I want. But anyway, I guess that's probably enough rambling. I need to get back to my scribes and scholars and my Aeneid, and I need to read a bunch of World War I poetry and prepare to write a paper on HD and the orchestral composition of her text, The Sea Garden, because I did a presentation on that and stuck my foot in my mouth and said that that was what I thought was going on. So I was looking at too many audio files over spring break, so I get to write a paper on that, and it's going to take a bit of stretching and a bit of legwork, so I should probably get cracking on it. I appreciate anyone who happens to watch this. If you've managed to stick through 26 plus minutes of my rambling on and on in my monotone voice and my rambling mind and my complete lack of direction and lack of a script or anything else for these videos, excuse me, I certainly appreciate your sticking it out this long. If you want to, or if you are so inclined, like the videos, maybe subscribe. Like I said, they're probably going to be coming out once or twice a week, probably over the weekend, and there will be multiple videos each time I upload. I'm on Twitter at Blodbas, capital BLODBAS, and let me know what you think. Constructive criticism is always welcome and always appreciated. I thank you for sticking it out. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I will be seeing you soon.